Okay, so off you go.
My presentation was on my film The Crown. Loads of stuff to talk about. The synopsis of the film is it's a 17th century New England witch hunt with Nathaniel and a posse of his men in search of a witch that kidnapped his daughter. As you can probably tell, it doesn't really go down well with them. And it kind of goes to a point where it's a twist on the hero's journey. The genre itself is both folk horror and costume drama, which are subgenres of drama and horror themselves. And The Witch, Blood and Satan's Claw, The Wicker Man, and Witchfinder General being examples of those two genres kind of meshing together. As I said earlier, it's, with the characters, Nathaniel is the father of the little girl who's very religious to her faults and is blinded by his own fate going forward, and in a sense his posse of men are also kind of blinded by their fate within Nathaniel, and they're willing to go to pretty much hell and back to find his daughter in the forest. The kind of look at the costumes that I'm going for was very much like the picture above, but I started thinking it was it looked pretty uniform, and everybody kind of wore that kind of costume, so it'd be more like this guy up here, these kind of costumes, so duster coats and almost cowboyish or mixed with Victorian look. The witch herself, I really wanted to make sure that she wasn't a Halloween witch or a Wicked Witch of the West, so I looked at Suicide Squad and Evil Dead and other witch-related films and go with a less than fun-looking witch for my film. The demographic, the film has many mature themes including violence and swearing, and I found it's very hard to actually find a social demographic for a film like this, because horror is usually a lower kind of lower middle class, where costume dramas are usually upper middle class. So I'd say it'd be a social grade of B to C1. The budgets, though, I think these numbers might be a bit all over the place because I'm still working on it, but it's gone up as far as over 60,000, which includes pre-production, equipment list, production, post-production. I can only find public liability for 1 year, so that was about €898, and a contingency of 6,234. The pre-production includes a lot of it came to breaking into micro budgets. Say, for example, costume designers, they need a budget themselves to get the fabrics or props and stuff for the costumes, and also for table readings and writers' meetings, etc., storyboards. Production is estimated to be filmed in a 3-day period. The cost includes paying the on-set cast and crew, also includes transportation, food, and food. And everything else for post-production is pictures, edits, sound mix, with a high possibility of ADR work needing to be done, so having to bring the actors back, and also paying for the score, or even getting an original score to be recorded. Different ways of promoting the film would be through making an advert from the edit and posting it on social media, or making a website dedicated to the project, or even finding ad space in local newspapers. And with recouping the costs and distribution, I looked at festivals, and because it's a genre piece, I decided to look at October festivals, whether or not they have cash prizes, which means more people are willing to watch a horror film in that month. And places like the Richard Harris Film Festival, which also shows a lot of Richard Harris's stuff, you are going to get his audience to your pictures as well. Kerry Film Festival and Offline Film Festival, which has a great prize of, if you win, they put your film into, I think it was 80 film clubs across Ireland. And then there's a festival cash prizes, which is Fastnest Film Festival, Foyle Film Festival, which is affiliated with Oscars and recognised by BAFTA, which is, it'd be good if you want to get recognised there to try and go into rain dance, etc. like that. And the Cork Film Festival. Then other places are online, like through YouTube, Vimeo, Amazon, and Kino Nation. Well, as said earlier, Patreon might have to be associated with it, and through crowdsourcing like Kickstarter and Indiegogo. There's also other places like the Irish Film Board and BAI. BAI, I believe its minimum is 50,000. I could be wrong on that one. And RTE has associations with Galway Film Festival, Film Base, and Cork Film Festival, which the three of them give it budgets for short films through RTE. Who would probably finance this film? I could find very little, which is wicked hard, but I don't think they'd particularly go that high with a budget. And Trauma Studios, if the film turned out a bit schlockier than I was hoping for, though they'd probably be looking more for feature films. But they do have a short film festival called Trauma Dance, which previous film from here, Bird Brains, was in. And why this film? Over the past few years, I've noticed that Ireland was not a place for horror film. It was mostly comedy and drama, which is kind of changing now. It's like Boy Eats Girl was an early one, but that was still a comedy along with Stitches. But films like The Hollow, Byzantium, and Wakewood are more like pure horror films, and it's kind of booming now. And I think a film, which I'm surprised that Ireland wouldn't have been a horror place where with our histories of like fairy folk, Halloween being based on Samhain and all that stuff. I'm surprised it wasn't as big over here as it is getting now. And that's it.
Wait, thank you.